Sister allows unknown man to discipline her daughter. How can I assist? So basically my wife and I came back to my hometown for the weekend for what we were told was a late birthday party for my niece, since the one scheduled on her actual birthday got stormed out by the hurricane. When we got to this 3-year-old's party, there were only 2 kids besides my niece. All the adults were drinking. And it seemed like the whole purpose of the party was for my sister to convince her loved ones that this guy who she hasn't even been with for 2 months but has already moved in with wasn't so bad, when all he wanted to do was drink, watch the game, and brag about how he used to be in the army. Mind you, he left as an E4, if he even spoke to you at all. This is all happening after a falling out my sister had with my grandpa after she took said boyfriend over to his house to introduce them, and he made an ass of himself by walking in with a beer and trying to argue about politics. We walked in knowing about the falling out but trying to stay neutral and maybe get my sister's side of the story. She lied and said that she couldn't deal with my grandpa anymore because he said something racist along the lines of, "You collards all vote the same." There were other people present, including my mom and my brother, who confirmed that didn't happen. Going back to the birthday party, my wife and I were out in the backyard while he was grilling with my sister, and my niece ran up to my sister crying. She was ready for cake and she didn't want to play anymore. I was playing cornhole on the side with my other relatives, but my wife saw this grown man walk up to my niece, yell at her to stop crying, and grab her hand and slap it. He looked back at my sister and said she had her hand in her mouth again. My sister proceeded to tell my wife that it's hard being a mother figure and a father figure at the same, and it's nice to have him do that for her. Then the boyfriend started to bragging to my wife about how he has a house of discipline and that he's not shy to discipline my niece or his 2 daughters, who are close in age, in private or in front of people. My sister just agreed and also started making excuses for this guy, including saying he has to drink because of his anxiety and that's why he showed up at my grandpa's drunk. At this point you may be wondering, what about the dad? He is a grown man in his mid-20s who lives with his parents who want custody of my niece. After hearing that my sister gave permission to a random guy to hit her 3-year-old daughter, I think it would be best. Would it be better to tell the father what's going on or try to get through to my sister about her behavior?